Welcome to PBR part 2. This is part 2 of making PBR. If you haven't watched part 1, then go watch that first. Then come watch this, because this one's gonna need to use some more stuff that we learned from last class. So last class we made this. It's the color and the roughness and the normal. Now it might not look great because you're seeing something even better on the right here. So right here we have the same thing, but we set up a displacement. So displacements are just using textures to adjust the geometry and make it go up and down, like push the geometry. Now actually to do this you need to have a pretty dense in geometry mesh. Now you can't really use just a normal cube, you need to like subdivide it a lot. So if you are on a very bad computer or it's not that great, then watch out. I do not want your computer to go boom boom at any moment. So hopefully we all can do this at the end of the class. And one more thing, we're gonna use a thing called Hdri, which is basically our background, so the objects in our scene can reflect without actually making it. So that is it for this class, and hopefully we can get there today. Okay, so let's get into it. So basically the displacements, let's go. So first just delete your camera and your light, and we're going to subdivide this cube so we can do the displacement, because right here our cube only has 6 sides, but we need like a lot of sides, which if we actually do it, then it might be kind of painful for a computer. So press Ctrl 4 or go to the modifier and add a subdivision surface and set the level to 4. That includes render. Okay, set both to 4 like this, and shade smooth. So now you can go do the same thing as we did last class. Ctrl Shift T and select the texture that you've downloaded, any texture. It should have 5. The first one is the AO, which is the displacement that we're gonna do today, and next is the color. Color is the what we see, do it later, and there's the roughness, and there's the normal, which would do the illusional bumping. So just select the whole thing, and then it will do this lovely setup, this very nice beautiful setup for us. Now you should pretty much understand if you know how to set it up manually, so let's get into it. First thing, just increase your strength up to like this. Now we're gonna do the displacement. So you can't really do it in Eevee. So there's gonna be 2 most important render engines, Eevee and Cycles. Now Eevee is just for like cartoon and normal renderings and stuff. It's not the render preview isn't gonna be that great, but the Cycles, you're gonna start to see some noise since it's gonna actually have to process lights and stuff. So it would be kind of noisy if you move your camera and stuff. So yeah. And now what I want you to do is I want you to go to the feature set right here and set the supported to experimental for us to do this displacement. Very important, experimental. Then if you have a good GPU card, then set it from CPU to GPU, and there we go. And after that, go to the node over here where you do the stuff and press N, or open this arrow right here and go to the options right here, the options, and open the settings, uncollapse it, and change from bump only to displacement and bump. Now you can't really see any difference here since you need to be in the rendered preview, so just go ahead, rendered preview, and It's kind of dark here since there's no lighting. So I'll get into the HDRI right now. So the HDRIs are basically the background of our scene. So like most people would need to like model the whole thing, which is actually not a smart option. So basically it's just images for you to, as a background, and the object to reflect as lights and stuff. So select any HDRI that you like and go here, and you're gonna change from the object mode to the world. So then you're gonna go to the background and you're going to add an environment texture. So Shift A and search texture and look for the environment texture, or you can just search it here. So environment texture, and connect the colors with the color, and you're gonna open now. Okay, yeah, the background's gonna be pink, don't worry about it, we're gonna fix that immediately. So go to open and look for where you saved your HDRI. Yeah, go to where you save your HDRI. It's gonna be a single file like this. Like I can choose this one then now, and then when you load it up, it's gonna look like this, and it's gonna be a little bit brighter. So now there's gonna be a lot of noise. Select the angle that you like and just not rotate anymore. So you'll start rendering. Right here is the samples, 30 out of 1024. It's basically it's done rendering. So it's basically just like taking rendering more pictures until you get the whole proper thing. So now go back into object mode right here. I think you can press tab. Oh, you can't. And you can set how bumpy, how much displacement you want. Increase the scale. It's gonna be very bumpy. If you don't want that, then lower it. It's up to you. And yeah. So that is the displacement and the HDRIs. Now, next part, I would focus into more of the file types and how the images work with the nodes. So good luck to all of you. See you in the next class, and bye bye. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Change from the object mode to the world.